Your live interactive coverage with CBS 13 and Fox 23 will begin shortly. Your live interactive coverage with CBS 13 and Fox 23 starts right now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Owen Kingsley here in our digital studio. This is Weekend Headlines. Thanks for tuning in from wherever you are watching. Hopefully, all of you are trying to stay as dry as possible today. Saw an intense and torrential amount of rainfall in several areas of the state, and we saw a lot of flash flooding, a lot of washouts. We'll get to all that in just a few minutes. We did have our newscast earlier on CBS at 6:30. We are normally scheduled tonight as well at 10 and 11. So hopefully we'll see you come up later tonight. Well, getting into a little bit of that flooding that we saw, some places right in Oxford County saw some of that hardest rainfall all day. CBS 13's Asia Reed visited the flooding in Bethel, where safety is a serious concern. Butcher Burger is a restaurant along Cross Road in town, and one of the shop's workers, Isaiah Lambert, says they had to close down for the rest of the day Sunday. The flowing water reaching a couple of feet deep in some parts.
There's a bunch of water coming down. It's been torrentially downpouring for about more than half the day. As of right now, we are closed down for the safety of our customers and the safety of our employees.
The heaviest rainfall seems to have already come down through this afternoon. Authorities now monitoring the risk of more flooding and washouts into Sunday night. Well, let's bring in our expert on staff to talk a little more about what we are looking at right now. Emily, thank you again. I know you were out in the field a bit today. We'll actually get a quick look. You were over in South Paris, and this is what Emily saw. This road here, High Street, I believe it was. I'm sure everybody was watching our show earlier at 6:30. I'll let you take it. I'll let you explain sort of what happened here, but obviously some major damage in town in South Paris.
Yes, so I went out there this evening. We came across this road, High Street. Came in as a local storm report. Charlie Lopresti actually gave me the great knowledge he has and sent me to this location as well. It looks to be that there's probably 10 feet of pavement that just fell. Firefighters unfortunately cannot touch upon it, but they are advising that the pavement will continue to break overnight, as we're expecting some downpours in some areas heading overnight as well in the Paris area. We did hear a little bit of a crumble just before we went live at 6:30 as more pavement began to fall in. The water was very rapid as well. It was very loud. We could hear it from probably about 25 feet away.
I can imagine. I mean, honestly, it was, we see this a lot lately. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen this major washout, especially in that sort of Oxford County region.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was a little bit of it in Jay, a lot of it in Jay a couple weeks ago as well. But let's dive right in. This is a picture from Porter from Heidi of some rain, some precipitation over the roads. I want to pull up this picture I took today in Paris just before we got to the bridge. This is Stony Brook in Paris. This is a brook turned into a river, very rapid. You would think that you can go whitewater rafting on that one. It was very aggressive as well. We had some footage on that. Let's take a look though at our current satellite and radar. Most of the heavy precipitation is off to our east. Just down East Maine, we'll be dealing with that. We'll see a little bit of showers just after midnight tonight, but tomorrow we have some good news. If you tune in the Fox 23 live at 10, we have the full breakdown for tomorrow. We're hoping the sun will stay out all day. We're tracking a dry stretch. These are our warnings and watches for right now. We are seeing there's mostly just some flood watches that will be expiring around 6 a.m. tomorrow. So we are still in the weather warning day until tomorrow. There's a little bit of flash flooding in central Maine. Let's take a look at the past 24 hours of rainfall, more so the past 12 hours, as most of this rain has started this morning, lasting throughout the day. The heavier rain is just on the Maine-New Hampshire border, just south of Freiburg. We'll jump right into that at the 10 p.m. show tonight on more details on that. On a brighter note, temperatures for tomorrow will be in the low 70s again, the ocean temp 63. We're mostly going to be seeing some 70s tomorrow. Rockland, you're around 66 degrees. The dew point continues. You're still going to feel a little bit humid the next couple of days. I'm hoping that it'll light up as we head towards mid next week. And then tonight, just as warm. Lows could be in the actual 70s tonight, so we won't be dropping much temperature-wise right now. Some areas will be in the upper 60s. And then here's a look at our day for tomorrow. Mostly 70s, could reach 80s come the noon hour.
Okay, well, good information. At least we have some sort of dry stretch ahead. I think we've all earned it.
Yeah, we have some showers and storms.
I've said this several times too. We've earned it, that we've been waiting for it, and honestly, it never stays.
No, that's the trend right now.
Okay, perfect. Well, Emily, thank you so much. And again, you can check out Emily her full forecast coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Well, continuing with what we are covering here this weekend, we have an update to a breaking news story we brought you just last night of a large fire, third alarm fire in Durham last night, where a barn burned to the ground. Durham fire officials say they responded to the fire at 422 Meadow Road around 9:30 last night. They say a large barn was engulfed in flames and threatened to spread to a nearby house. Officials say the home only suffered minor damages to the siding and windows, and Durham fire officials say no one was injured. But 2 firefighters were brought to a nearby hospital for exhaustion-related illness. State Fire Marshal's office is investigating that cause. And in Augusta police are investigating an early morning robbery at a Big Apple convenience store, as reported around 4 this morning on Stone Street. Police say a man went into the store and asked for money and merchandise. The robber is described to be a white man about 6 feet tall and weighed between 160 and 200 pounds. You can see approximately what his clothing description looks like, a lot of dark black clothes. If you do happen to have any information, you are urged to call the Augusta Police Departments. In other news we are covering this weekend, Maine is adapting to the electric car market. The state plans to more than triple the number of public chargers. According to the Department of Energy, Maine has 435 places that you can charge your electric car. Last week, Lewiston just rolled out its first fast charger site at On the Way gas station on Lisbon Road. And another fast charging station is expected soon at the Irving station off the Turnpike in Auburn. Efficiency Maine says with new federal funds, they are planning to build 1,400 new charging stations in Maine over just the next few years.
EVs have batteries that are big enough to go 200 to 300 miles. So you could go many days without needing to recharge if you're just driving around town. But if you got to get on the highway and go some long distance and rack up 100 or 200 miles, you may need to recharge quickly.
Efficiency Maine says there are almost 10,000 electric cars registered in the state. Well, that is all that we are following and that we have for you tonight. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, all these stories, as well as Emily's full forecast about when that rain might end tonight and some dry weather ahead for the week that is coming up. All that coming up tonight at 10 on Fox and 11 on CBS. So hopefully we'll see you coming up later tonight.
You've been watching live interactive coverage from CBS 13 and Fox 23. Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels.